Welcome to the wonderful world of SketchUp. The purpose of this video is to demonstrate the sketching of the 3D model of the student design that is shown over here. Now let's get a new file. When you log on to the web-based SketchUp, this is the screen that you will see. On the left-hand side are the tools that are used for SketchUp. There are additional tools. If you click on this button over here, you'll find that there are additional tools that you can use. Now, if you hover your cursor on the tool, it will show you what the tool is for, and also there is a shortcut that is written in the bracket. So for example, to draw a rectangle, you can actually click on this tool or type R on the keyboard to get a rectangle. To navigate around the screen, there's a pen tool. So you can actually go to the left or right, up and down. There's also the orbit tool that actually allows you to move, or rather to rotate around the screen. Now, my preferred way of orbiting will be pressing the scroll wheel button on the mouse, hold it, and then I can actually rotate it. There's also a zoom that you can actually zoom in and out. Or my preferred method is basically to use the scroll wheel on my mouse. So what I will do is this: I will move my cursor to the left hand of the man, and then I scroll in and out to enlarge the left hand of the man. Notice it will enlarge the portion where your cursor is. Last but not least, to navigate, there's a zoom extend. When I click on it, notice all the drawings that have been drawn on SketchUp will be enlarged. So now, since I do not need the man, I'll go to get the select tool, select the man. Now notice this man is actually a 2D object. So I will press delete on my keyboard to delete the man. Goes to get the rectangle tool. You can either click on the icon or type in R on your keyboard. Now, to draw a rectangle involves 2 clicks. There's a starting point of one of the corners of rectangle, pull along the diagonal and click, and then you get a rectangle. Notice the dimension of the rectangle is shown on the lower right-hand corner of the screen over here. And notice that the units given are in the imperial system. Since we need it to be in millimeters, we need to go to model info. We click on the icon over here. Okay, then we go select length units. And under format, change it. You click on millimeter. Display position, there's no need for such position. So what we do is this, just select 0 mm. To minimize it, goes to the icon of model info over here, and we click on it. So let's draw another rectangle again. One click. Okay, notice it changed the dimension on the lower right-hand corner, change as you move your cursor. Now, to draw precisely, we can either select it as we move the cursor, or click starting point, put it out, do not click. Just key in the dimension that you want. For example, I want it to be 2000 millimeter by, that is you type comma, 3000 millimeter and press enter. So now I've drawn the rectangle of 2000 by 3000 millimeter. So now I use select and box up everything and I delete. I can start drawing the model now. So to start, same, I get the rectangle tool by either clicking on the icon or press R. Goes to the origin, I click and I key in 150, 25. Enter. Notice the rectangle drawn is shown here is very small. What I need to do is this, need to go to zoom extend, click. And then I scroll the mouse to get this screen that I want. Next, I'm going to go to get a push-pull tool. So I notice as my mouse is on the surface of the rectangle, the surface is highlighted. So I click, I can either pull it up or push it down. So this basically adds the height of the rectangle that I want. Since I want it to be 30, I key in 30 and I press enter. So now I've drawn the piece of wooden block over here that is 150 by 25 by 30. Next, I need to go to get the select tool again. Now notice if I click on this surface here, this surface is highlighted. If I click on this surface here, this surface is highlighted. What if I perform a double click? If I perform a double click, the surface and the parameter are highlighted. What if it's a triple click? Wrong. Triple click. 1, 2, 3. Okay, notice the whole object is highlighted. Once I've done that, I press right click on my mouse and I want to make this in a component. I click on make component. Now I can proceed to name the component if I want to, or if I just want to accept it as component number 1, I just click on create. So now I make this in a component. Okay, the purpose of making a component is so that if there's any other drawings that I draw to this object, the drawing will not get stuck onto this. And perhaps you'll understand why later on.